Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Kelly's Plant-Based Guide to Eating Out, where I take a look at popular restaurants and we dive into the menu to see if there's anything we can eat from a plant-based, vegan, gluten-free, low-oil, healthy perspective. I'm Kelly. I'm a holistic nutritionist, and I like to go out to eat, and I like to find healthier alternatives or find menus that will work. We can definitely make menus work. It might not always be the huge meal that everybody else is eating, but it will be delicious nonetheless. Let's take a look at this week's restaurant. This week is another suggestion that I got from a viewer, so thank you. And we're going to be looking at Chipotle. Chipotle is an interesting restaurant for me because I don't eat there ever. I really haven't eaten there for a long time. I think even before I went vegan, I haven't eaten there because I didn't really like that place because it was so expensive. And I remember I didn't really have very much money for a while. And so I was like, this isn't a place that I eat. And I think I just haven't really gone back because for me, I was like, I really only get two things in a bowl and it's $10. So I just didn't find the value. And I'm really curious to take a look at the menu now to see if maybe I should start going back to Chipotle because it might be less than a lot of these healthier restaurants that I do actually eat at. So let's take a look at the menu and see what they have. Here is the website for Chipotle. It is a build your own place, obviously. There's a lifestyle bowl that looks pretty interesting. That's probably like beans and rice, and there's a salad, there's tacos. Let's look at the nutrition first, just so we know what we're looking at. And when we're looking at a restaurant, just as a reminder, what are we looking for? So I am looking for 100% whole food. I don't like fake meat. I don't want anything fake. I don't want anything processed. I want real whole food. I want gluten-free for the purpose of this, so we're not going to be eating any gluten. We're going to keep it vegan, so we're not going to be eating any chicken, any beef, any fish, none of that. No cheese, no dairy, none of that. And we're try to keep it low oil, as there is oil like in the grill, like right in front of me as I'm talking about this. You can just see these oil-laced foods that we don't eat. So we're not going to be eating a ton of oil, and we're going to try to keep it lower calories so we're not just eating this huge meal that's going to throw off our goals. Let's start with the nutrition calculator. I think that, or maybe nutrition, hopefully they'll tell us what there is. Oh, this is cool. Okay. Again, I haven't been to Chipotle for a while. So let's start with I don't know what a lifestyle bowl is, but let's start with a salad because typically that is what I would get. So they only have romaine lettuce. I think that was another thing that I don't really love because Cava, they have different kinds of lettuce, but this place they have romaine lettuce. And I always tell people, we did review Cava before, but I always tell people that Cava is like a Mediterranean version of Chipotle, but I like it way better because it's got more stuff. So we're going to probably do romaine lettuce, obviously. We would do veggie, which includes guacamole. There's a plant-based protein, but again, we don't do the fake meat, so I don't really want to touch that. It's loaded with fat. Look at that, you guys. There's 10 grams of fat. There's more fat than protein or carbs in this meal, so we don't really want to eat that. The veggies, there's nothing in them, which is not true. I don't like rice, honestly. Up to you if you really want to eat rice. I'm not a big fan of rice. I don't really know how they prepare the rice. Rice is something that you can get a lot of glyphosate from, so you do have to be careful of rice. And yeah, I just don't really like it. So I don't know if these are vegan or not, and I'm not sure, but sometimes I don't really like beans. Sometimes I like the pinto beans. Let's just see. You could do light pinto beans. That takes it down quite a bit. Look at the calories. It goes from 585 to 520 if we go light pinto beans. So let's do that. So we'll do guacamole. We'll do salsa. Can't do sour cream. The fajita vegetables will just be loaded with oil, but we could just throw more vegetables in it. Why not? We can't do cheese. We can't do queso blanco. The chipotle honey vinaigrette. Honey isn't going to be vegan, so it's really up to you if you want to eat honey. But vinaigrette is just going to be a bunch of oil, so you got to be careful with that. Don't really want chips and salsa. That's just kind of unnecessary. Any single sides, none of that. We don't want tortilla because tortilla is going to be gluten. So it is a fat bomb of a meal. It's 40 grams of fat. That's a lot more fat than I typically eat in a day. So you'd really look at, oh, it doesn't break it down. I'd probably take off. If you want to take the fat down, you would get rid of guacamole because look at that, takes it way down. So that would be more in line, but you're not eating anything other than some beans some vegetables right here. I don't know what veggies is. Maybe that's guacamole a little bit too, and some fajita vegetables. So I don't know. This bowl right here, let's look at this. Allergen statement, full nutrition facts. Oh, here we go. This doesn't really tell us much. Okay, we don't really want that, but let's look at the allergens. So I like this bowl. If we were to add guacamole, see, look what guacamole does to it, you guys. We're getting a little bit of protein. We're getting 17 grams of fat, about 335 calories, which is a good amount. The only thing that sucks is like this bowl's probably $12 or $15 for really nothing. That's why I don't really love Chipotle, but if we add guacamole, we take it a lot higher. So we take it to 565 calories and we take that fat up a lot. We only really increase like a gram of protein or so, and then the carbs go up a little bit. So you do a side guacamole. Yeah, it's a lot. So you gotta just be careful. It depends on really what you want to do and what your goals are. I probably wouldn't do that because they put a ton of guacamole on there and it's not really measured. You never know how well they measure it. They could throw a lot more or a lot less. So I'd be careful with that because that's just gonna just increase your fat, increase your calories on your meal. And it's like, I like the beans on there. You're not really eating much and unless you just have lettuce and salsa, you don't really want that. So let's look at the allergen menu. This is what we do really want to look at. I think we already figured that out because we do know what's in there. What's special diets? Oh, here we go. So vegan. So the black beans are vegan. Good to know. The brown rice is vegan. The crispy corn tortilla is vegan. The burrito, the tacos, all that. The guacamole is vegan. The pinto beans are vegan. So both of the beans are vegan, which is good to know. The silver, obviously, that's vegan. There's a super greens lettuce mix. Okay. Maybe that's in the, let's go back to this power bowl thing because maybe this lifestyle bowl actually has something else in it. Oh, look at this. Okay. So they're pre-made bowls that have a little bit lower fat than what we did before. Fajita vegetables, fresh tuna. Look at that. Okay. That's what we did before, but maybe it's just a smaller version. Oh, it's chicken. We'd have to cut the chicken out. We could probably say no chicken. And then we take it to nothing. Okay, it just takes it to a salad. Lifestyle bowl, go back to lifestyle bowls. Okay, a veggie full bowl would have white rice, black beans, corn salsa, plant power bowl. We don't really want that. Half vegetables. So I like the veggie bowl, but we would take the rice. We could do light rice. I would take the rice off. Black beans, guacamole, salsa, veggie. So it's basically what we did before. You got the fat, you got the guacamole on this one. And you're getting the vegetables. So yeah, so this one's not too bad either, a burrito bowl. They're basically burrito bowls. So a burrito bowl or a salad, the same thing, I think. Chips and salsa, or chips inside. We don't want the chips and salsa. All right, so that was Chipotle. Chipotle is very basic and quick. They don't have a lot of things on their menu. If you've been there before, most people have been to a Chipotle. It is very plant-based friendly. They do have a fake meat option if you really want to do that. I wouldn't recommend that. I don't eat that kind of stuff. I don't think that stuff really belongs in our body. It's a great transition thing to eat if you're trying to transition out of eating meat, but it's not something that you should continue to eat more than once or twice a year ever. So it's something just be careful of. But yeah, I would recommend getting a salad or a burrito bowl, and you can get either black beans or pinto beans, depending on whatever you want. Get some salsa, get some guacamole. If you do get the guacamole, be very mindful of the rest of the fat that you're eating for the rest of the day. So maybe don't eat a lot more fat and the rest of the day. Maybe that's a fruit day that you eat a lot of fruit and you're not eating a ton of fat. Be careful and mindful of that because you're getting tons of fat if you add that guacamole also onto it. You can throw the fajita vegetables into it. But yeah, there's definitely plant-based options at Chipotle. You're going to pay a little bit more, I think, than I would really like to pay at a fast food restaurant like this. So yeah, it's up to you if you want to eat there. Again, I don't know if I'll go there. Maybe it's just somewhere I would rather go to Cava, or there's a lot of other places personally for me that I would eat at, I think, before I went to a Chipotle. But they are everywhere. They are places that a lot of people go to. So it's a very convenient, easy way to get in a plant-based meal if that's what you're looking for. So awesome. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will be back with another restaurant soon. Take care.